You cannot be the largest country in Africa and not be making your own things. Most people that have led us in this country, if you look, most of them have not really been in the business of making things. Either they were in the military, civil service. They don't understand what it takes to actually take a position and stay there for seasons.
Everybody says Africa should manufacture, but almost nobody tells you why it's so difficult.
What I learned from Mercedes-Benz, in my opinion, was more than everything I learned in my 4 years or 5 years, university.
What if I told you that the biggest reason Nigeria isn't building world-class product isn't talent?
People that have led us are traders. Either they were in the military, civil service. I'm talking about president and vice president.
And it isn't even corruption.
One of Nigeria's biggest problems is productivity and not corruption. But I also tell people that the reason why productivity is low is because it's corruption. So they go hand in hand.
A former Mercedes-Benz executive walked away from one of the world's biggest automotive brands to prove that Africans can build their own cars.
I wanted to show the Germans generally that Africans can make their own things.
In this conversation, Tobi Ajayi, the founder of Nord Automobiles, explains why Tesla started by assembling cars.
That's how Tesla too started. Tesla used to buy, I think, a car called Lotus or so. Yes, in the UK. Because in the beginning, if you don't have the volume, you cannot make commercially the body yourself.
Why Nigeria imports almost everything.
We're importing furnitures. A tropical country in the equator like Nigeria. Importing furnitures. Then you are saying there are no jobs.
Why factories struggle but real estate keeps winning.
The government should be encouraging people to put their money in hard, boring manufacturing.
Why borrowing at 30% makes manufacturing almost impossible, and why productivity, not politics, may be the real battle for Africa's future.
Let's use lawyers and accountants as an example. Very brilliant, lovely people, but at the end of the day, they're usually involved when the money is being made. The hard work has been done.
True.
Look at how Dangote is moving, for example. Look at how Boa is moving.
From Mercedes-Benz to building an innovation center inside the University of Lagos to taking an automobile brand into Europe.
The guys I send money to that help me do the R&D, they are lecturers in China. They are lecturers in German universities.
Wow.
Do we not have universities here? I approached the University of Lagos and I told them that I needed just a very small place.
This isn't just a conversation about cars. It's a masterclass on how nations become industrial powers and why Africa's biggest opportunity may still be ahead of us. This is the Frankly Business Podcast. Mr. Tobi Ajayi, you're very much welcome to the Frankly Business Podcast.
Thank you so much.
A lot of people here made in Nigeria cars, and what they say is you're just assembling plants, you're just assembling parts from China. Does it really annoy you, or does it have some element of truth? Because I got that feedback when I came to your plant in UNILAG, and I've seen the great things you're doing. Also, your plant in Neighbour. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so and I've answered this, not this particular question, but the question of do you manufacture, do you assemble? I've answered the question, I don't know, so many times. So I would answer it again, and I would connect it to
all right, please.
The question you asked about source of the components. The way to make a car is to assemble a car. So to make a car is to assemble a car. To make jollof rice is to cook jollof rice. To make cake is to bake cake. This clothes you are wearing, someone made it. Whoever made it sew the clothes. You sew clothes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's how you make. So for cars, it's assembly. For table, for example, you assemble. For phone, you assemble the phone. Do you understand? For laptop, you assemble the laptop. Do you get?
Different components.
Now, exactly, different components. So that's how you make those things. So for cars, you assemble cars. Now, the word manufacturing is not, it's still there. But you manufacture components. You don't even manufacture engines. Even engines are assembled.
Wow.
Yes. No engine is, you don't manufacture an engine. You assemble the components, the different components, the pistons, the rod, you put it together. The combustion chamber, you assemble everything and it becomes the engine. Then you carry the engine You even the transmission is assembled. You assemble the engine and transmission together, which it gives you the what we call the powertrain. You bring it in. You make the you create the body, the metal parts, the plastic parts, through different means. So you can manufacture different components, then you assemble them in sections, and at the end of the day, you assemble everything to become a moving, working car. So when people say we assemble because that's what everybody does. That's what Mercedes-Benz is doing. That's what Toyota is doing. That's what Tesla is doing. That's what BYD, whatever name you want to call. That's what you assemble cars. Now, the question of are you just bringing up assembling cars from China and components from China? Yes. A large part, I've said this so many times also, a large part of our components are coming from China. And it's the same thing with vehicle manufacturing companies in Europe. China is currently the manufacturing base of the entire planet. So we are not even anywhere. In other countries, maybe like the US, maybe Germany, can try to, even at that, they still get everything from China. We in Nigeria, we have to go with the country that produces the cheapest, or let's say the best at the cheapest price. And that's what we do. And I understand some people who maybe some people may have seen maybe some shapes that look like, oh, I see this thing somewhere. Yes, what we do is that they call it the glide. We buy a body because we have a design. Now you cannot create your design because you need to create molds. Molds are they're expensive. And to break even, it's not I always tell people, it's not really an engineering problem. We know the mold, we can design it, we can create it, and that mold will form the shape of the car.
Yeah, very true.
So it's not an engineering problem. It's something we can do. It's more of a volume problem. It's more of a financing problem. So I always tell people, so I'll tell you what we do first.
Yeah.
So what we do is that when we have a design, because we know that we need probably 20,000 units minimum to justify, creating components from that mold.
Yeah.
We go to China and we look for a Chinese OEM. They call them original equipment manufacturer. That has something similar to that mold.
Oh, okay.
I get to my point.
Absolutely.
So imagine you want a vehicle that looks like a Prado, for example. You go to China and look for somebody that's creating something that looks like a Prado. So you buy that box, that shape. Then you buy your engine from somewhere. You buy this from somewhere. You buy that from somewhere. Do you get?
Yeah.
So that's how Tesla too started. Tesla used to buy, I think, a car called Lotus or so. Yes, in the UK. Because in the beginning, if you don't have the volume, you cannot you cannot make commercially the body yourself. Because you need like tens of thousands of volume to justify creating the mold and making the body. Do you understand? So
for each model.
For each single model, yes. For each any variation, you need to create a new mold. So if, for example, if you make this bumper, if you want to change, so even the same model, if you want to change the bumper, you have to create a new mold for the bumper.
So is that the reason why sometimes, okay, let me mention.
Finally, before you answer the question, right?
Toyota.
Before you answer the question, I always tell people that. So if you want to insult me, I always tell my friends and some customers, if you want to insult me and say, oh, I know this body is from so company in China. I always tell you, you are insulting yourself, because the reason why I'm buying from that company in China is because our country, despite the fact that we have 200 million people, you cannot give one of your top 3 manufacturing auto firms 20,000 units to justify making
a mold.
So you are insulting yourself. It's not me, because it's not an engineering problem. I don't feel bad about it because it's not lack of skill. Personally, I can. Personally, as a human being, I can make these cars. a lot of people in my company can make these cars. So it's not a skill issue. So I don't feel bad about it. It's a commercial issue. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can I justify this investment if I don't have the volume? And I don't have the volume. We sell less than 1,000 units a year. But to justify what I'm doing, I need about 20,000 units that I have to phase out maximum in 6 years. Yes, because every model maximum, sometimes you don't have to. Maximum can only last 6 years. If you notice, because after 6 years you have to create a new vehicle.
Yeah, Toyota they do 4 years or something.
I think it's 6 too. Most people do 6 years actually. Some do 5, but it's either 6 or 5 years. So so in the middle they do what we call facelifts. So that's also going to cost a lot of money. Like that facelift, they don't change the entire vehicle. They change the bumper, the grille, a couple of things. So it looks a little bit different from what you see. Yeah.
You once worked in Mercedes-Benz,
yes,
and you understand global standards.
Yes.
In all regards.
Yes.
Tell me about what do you think about Nigeria's industrial. What do you think about our manufacturing industry in Nigeria?
It's very challenging, to be fair. Manufacturing in Nigeria is that's what I always tell people.
What are the challenges?
Number one, infrastructure. So you are more or less your own government. You have to, most times, the road from. So first things first, before I even start, we are not a manufacturing country, and we should be, which is one of the biggest ironies. You have 220 million people, even more, yet many of you want to be traders. Many of you want to be representatives of global brands. Many of you want to be selling not only vehicles, the components of factories in other countries that are not even up to you. You know, it's a big mismatch from an economic and political, in my opinion, and even when you consider our population.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, is the lack of the lack of local components. That's one of the biggest challenges of manufacturing anything in Nigeria or assembling anything in Nigeria. Everybody, even those in oil and gas, have that same problem.
Raw materials?
Raw materials, yes. So the raw materials are raw. So even in the agri space, you know, the chocolate, you have to send the cocoa abroad first. You have to refine it. Even oil and gas, we're doing it until Dangote came to save us. We did it for 40 years. You know, so more or less 40 years. So people say it's less than that. Now, so that's the first problem: the inadequate or lack of raw materials in country. First problem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it means that you have to import many of the things that you ordinarily should have. That adds some cost. It means that you can't control certain things. You can't even improve. You know, if your raw material is, maybe let's say I have a factory in Lagos and my raw material is in Benin, I can easily go there and talk to the company and see how I can improve.
Yeah.
But if my raw material is in Shenzhen, it means I have to plan on flying 16 hours to China, you know, instead of just maybe a 4-hour drive to Benin. So by air 30 minutes even, you know. So we don't have infrastructure. So when the components arrive at the port, you have to, you know, in many cases, build the road and the infrastructure that would get these containers to your factory. You have to provide yourself with power, you know, big generator, diesel or gas, as the case may be. Or you have what some people do. You belong to an industrial cluster where you guys have your own power plant.
Yeah.
You basically infrastructure. I don't want to be breaking it down.
Yeah.
Mention to road and power is one major one. Cost of financing is also one. Almost all over the world, most manufacturing countries, maybe 5% maximum. Some of them are even less than 3%.
How many percent is it here with our interest rate?
It's over, I don't know, recently it's about 28, 27%. That you cannot manufacture at that rate.
So
manufacturing is a long-term thing.
Have you been able to beat that margin?
Yeah, so what we've
because I'm trying to understand how that works.
So it's not sustainable. What some of us have done, I would say we are lucky, is that we've been able to prove ourselves to investors, who in many cases have come in with equity. So what we've done is we've been able to get what I would call patient cheaper financing. Yes, maybe not cheaper, but patient. So, and still it's not, even if you go to BOI, which we've not gotten yet, it's still like 10%, and that's the best. I was talking to one of my friends in Spain, and he was shaking his head, and I'm like, 10% is my best, and it's for the select few. He couldn't believe it. For manufacturing, imagine you're about to do something that the break-even period is 6 years. How? There's no, so that's why you see most people, either the dream dies, or for the lucky ones, you go for equity. Yeah, use your own money, grow step by step. Yeah, so that's one of the problems. So financing is also a problem. One very big problem again is inconsistent government policy. I think we have a serious problem at our leadership, at the top leadership in Nigeria. And this has nothing to do with politics. It's not a party thing. It's not a PDP, APC, LP, whatever the name, whatever political party. It's not about that. It's a leadership issue. I always tell people that even look at your estates in Lagos. There's almost no top estates in Lagos where there's no leadership tussle. There's almost no leadership. There's almost no estate in Lagos. Top estate. That's to show you that we have a significant leadership problem as a country, and we have to try and solve it. I think so. It's maybe from the new generation, maybe those that are currently in secondary school, so have a way of letting people understand what it takes to be a follower, to be a leader. Understanding that both has to, and before you even become a leader, you have to be a follower first. Understanding, what it takes to be a leader, the humility, the sacrifice, the long-term thinking, So, many times, most people that have led us in this country, if you look, most of them have not really been in the business of making things.
Wow.
Yes, look around. Look for many years. Either they were in the military, they were in civil service. I'm talking about president and vice president. Even either in the military, civil service. Even those that were in private sector were either lawyers, regulators, accountants.
So are you saying that they don't understand what it takes to be in manufacturing, and so provide the necessary policies?
Yes. So all these, like I said, let's use lawyers and accountants as an example. Very brilliant, lovely people, but at the end of the day, they're usually involved when the money is being made.
Yeah.
So an accountant decides how to spend the money, how not to spend the money after the money has been made, after the work has been done, the hard work has been done.
Yeah, true.
Look at how Dangote is moving, for example. Look at how Bua is moving. Dangote is almost 70. He just finished building his refinery. He's talking about building a steel plant. That's how manufacturers think. He can't help himself. I'm way younger than him. I'm not anywhere close to him, but I can understand how he thinks. It's like we can't help ourselves in trying to create value. We can't help ourselves. The money man Dangote is, who is going to spend it? Who is going to, he's about to, the man is almost 70.
Yes.
He's about to start a steel plant. When will the steel plant be done? But that's what he doesn't care. That's how I am too. I don't care. People tell me, a lot of my friends, oh, Tobi, yeah, you've made some money now, do this. I'm like, I don't care. I'll keep pouring my money. I'll keep investing. I'll keep reinvesting all we've made in Nord and my other businesses of manufacturing in Nigeria. I don't care if my generation doesn't break through. The next generation will. It's about, it's about, because you cannot, I've said it so many times, you cannot be the largest country in Africa and not be making your own things. I can't sleep when I think about that. You cannot have the amount of people, the amount of young people, the amount of brilliant people, and you cannot make your own things. And the reason why, if you look at Nigeria, you might be tempted to think people don't want to manage. The reason is because the incentives are very low. And it goes back to the leadership. And that's what I'm saying. So, so if for some reasons we are lucky, or like I said, or traders, another part, people that have led us are traders, people who have traded, so they don't understand what it takes to actually take a position and stay there for 6 years before you break even. Most people that have led Nigeria do not understand that. They don't understand that. So if they want to do something, he has to work in 2-3 years. And that's why you see most of our rich men are either in banking or some sort of financing where you can do T-bills, make your money in 12 months, 24 months. You cannot grow
an economy
like that. T-bills is excess money. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excess money. When the government wants to mop out excess money, we don't have enough. The gap, the manufacturing infrastructural gap in Nigeria is immense. I was reading the other day, I can't even remember the years were so high I couldn't even remember. Maybe 50 years, or I can't remember the year. It was significant. The government should be encouraging people to put their money in hard, boring manufacturing.
What are the things you think we should be really involved in? What are the things we should be making that you're saying as Nigerians?
Thank you. Very good question.
Yeah.
If you can use data to push yourself.
Yeah.
Just look at the top 10 things
we consume,
we import, which you can say is taking out. People always say, FX is high. And I'm like, one way or the other, as much as you want to blame your government, you are part of it, one way or the other. The reason why your dollar is 1,000 whatever is because of the amount you need.
Yeah, true.
The amount of the pressure you are putting on the FX, the amount of things you want to import.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, let's just go to that. Let's go to the Bureau of Statistics or Nigerian Customs Service. She give us the top 10 items Nigerians import. I have not checked, but the last time I checked, this was before Dangote said
petroleum is number one.
Petroleum is number one, but I don't think
machinery and industrial equipment.
Yes, machinery, exactly. Petroleum is number one.
Electrical equipment.
Yes, that's number 3.
Vehicles.
Yes,
and
number
automobile
4.
parts.
Yes.
Number 4.
Yes.
Pharmaceutical products.
Yes.
Now, under vehicles, cars, trucks, motorcycles,
and their parts.
Yeah, and their parts.
Pharmaceutical is
plastics and plastic products.
Yes, those are the top 6. I don't know. I know the top 6. So you just mentioned the top 6.
Iron and steel products.
Okay, I don't know
which
about
I don't
that
think
one.
we should.
No, I don't know about
cereals and food products, and then fertilizers and agricultural chemicals and furniture.
So that's the thing.
How do we import furnitures?
We should not even be exactly. You are importing furnitures. A tropical country in the equator like Nigeria.
Importing
furnitures. Then you are saying there are no jobs. Are you not supposed to have a furniture making school? Do you get my point?
Yeah.
You have the land, you have the wood. Why are you doing this?
Okay.
To answer your question, let's just pick that. Machine and machineries. Why are you still importing machine and machineries? What you should be importing are chips.
Chips, yeah.
Yes, import the chips from Taiwan. from Netherlands. But the machines can be made here. Like the people, I go there, I see the people that make, they don't have two heads. I don't know why we just look down on ourselves. Why can't we make our own computer? We had 220 million people. Why can't we make our computers ourselves? Like I said earlier, you don't have to make all the components yourself. The chips and all those really high grade things can be. Even China doesn't make their own chips themselves. Even the US don't make their own chips themselves.
Yeah, true. TSMC.
Cars, yes, from Taiwan.
Yeah, from Taiwan. TSMC, one of the largest. Yeah.
Why are you importing cars, especially brand new cars?
So, what do you think? I want us to address it from first principles.
Okay.
Using the first principles theory. Where do you think the problem is from? Let's go down to the foundation. You've mentioned the leaders, but is there a people problem? Is it a system problem? Is it a political problem? Let's address it from the first principle.
So there's a people problem, of course. Nigerians like a better pass my limo mentality. We have that. So I'll give you a story. I hope because my big Egbon, I hope he doesn't break my head after this interview.
Yeah.
So I have an Egbon, very good. He loves Nord a lot. He buys a lot of Nord, and he's bought more than 20.
Wow.
He buys for his business, buses, pickups, different small cars. And there was one day, sometime last 2 years actually, I went to his house to just say hello, just to thank him.
Yeah.
I happened to just it just happened that I got there while he was unveiling a car. I don't want to say because it wasn't a new car.
Yeah.
It was a 3-year-old car. It was from Japan. You know the brand. An SUV.
Yeah.
So I looked at this car, a used car. This man is doing well. I told you, he bought about 20. He has businesses, like a lot of businesses. You know, nice estate. I don't want to mention his estate. And I looked at the car. I said, I looked at him and I said, why are you buying brand new cars for your staff? Brand new buses, brand new pickups, brand new sedans from Nord. You buy brand your staff actually they're the first, 0 mileage.
Yeah.
They enjoy 5 years warranty. But when you want to buy your own car, you are going to buy a Tokumbo car. Why? So I've come to understand that while for his business, he recognizes the quality a brand new vehicle brings to the table. In this case, Nord.
Yeah.
That, 5 years warranty, this car will last long. You know, this car will do well. And that's why he started by buying 2 units. He's bought over 20 now. So he's tested and said, this vehicle is very reliable.
Yeah.
You know, I'll keep buying. So he recognizes that his business needs that reliability, needs that assurance to keep him in business, to keep him reliable to his own customers. But he's willing to take the risk for his own personal self in buying a used vehicle because he can manage it himself, and he needs that social status that I'm buying this imported or driving this foreign vehicle. You know.
Yeah. So you think it's a mindset thing?
So it's a mindset thing. Yes, it's a mindset thing.
So to play the devil's advocate for him,
yes,
he can comfortably say that, and we always hear this from finance guys. They tell you that the moment you drive that car off the parking lot, the
depreciation is about 25%.
Depreciates by 25%.
Yes, you're correct.
So what do you have to say regarding that?
I can answer that, but
yes, please.
But let me answer it. Let me just turn it back before we go into the mathematics of that.
Yes, please.
So why has he bought up to 20 brand new cars for his staff, for his business, when of course the same principle apply? Once you drive out of the showroom, it depreciates significantly by about 20%. But why does he still buy it for his business, for his staff? Why does he buy a brand new car for his manager? Why? The reason is because brand new cars are incredibly reliable. Incredibly reliable, regardless of the brand, to be fair.
Regardless of the brand.
As long as it's not a shitty brand. a brand new vehicle is very reliable. And of course, let me sell Nord too.
Yeah.
At Nord, as like top of the range, top quality. So he knows, he's tested it, and that's why he keeps buying. So when he's gone to buy that one that is used, he knows that it will make him closer to his mechanic.
Whoa.
But he's done his calculation. I'm like, you know what? I would rather save 30%, 40%, and I'll be closer to my mechanic. After all, it's my personal car. If it breaks down, I can decide not to drive it. I can decide to drive another car.
Yeah.
But he cannot allow his staff vehicle, he cannot allow his manager's vehicle to break down, because he needs the manager to always, he doesn't want maybe a customer complaining
and anything affecting the business.
Exactly. And the manager cannot attend to the business or the customer. Why? Because your car broke down. He doesn't want that. So he's willing to actually drive a car that can break down, but his business would not. I can understand it, but that is where the government now comes in.
Yeah.
Because for us in Nord, for example,
how do they come in?
I will explain. For us in Nord,
the
cost of the equivalent of that car is even a brand new vehicle, even a brand new Nord will be more affordable than that 3 years old car he bought. The same equivalent, yes, more affordable. So it's just a follow thing. He wants, to, it's not yet socially acceptable.
Yeah.
At the highest level.
And we are psychological beings as humans.
Yes. So that's why. So what the government needs to do is to create a policy that makes it to encourage people to buy more at that level. So what you do...
What you're saying that I'm hearing, it's tariff.
Tariff,
Trump.
exactly.
Trump.
No, not only that. You do too. Not. But for the guys who can afford it. So not the blanket tariff that Trump does.
Yeah. So
tariff for brand new cars. So because if you're driving a brand new car, you have money now.
Oh, obviously.
You're a rich guy. So let us separate the boys from the men.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Now, so for the used car, old cars, no, because the masses are driving it, the middle class are driving it. So don't touch it. If you can even reduce the tariff on that, so that more middle class people can be able to afford their Tokumbo.
Yeah.
But the brand new ones that the big boys want to drive, let's say from, like, look at this man now that bought 3 years old.
Yeah.
So you do brand new to 5 years. Brand new cars to 5 years old. Jack the tariff off or jack the tariff up.
Just to improve
the middle class. Why are you subsidizing your elite, the richest people in your country? Especially when they make in Brazil, the auto industry is one of the biggest employers of labor. Like, I've forgotten the data now, but it's like top 2, so maybe number 2 in the whole of country, Brazil. Same thing in China. You should know China now.
Yeah.
The Chinese auto industry is, I think, after the government, one of the highest employers of labor. Why do you think it cannot be Nigeria? Even India, that is not very known for automobile. The auto industry is one of the highest employers of labor. But in Nigeria, it ends in showrooms. But the auto industry is not creating jobs. In Nord, we have over 100 staff. Close to 200, actually. Just Nord. And we're not even doing up to... How many vehicles are we doing a year? So imagine us doing... Nord, we don't, like... If I tell you, like, it's embarrassing. We're doing maybe... The entire auto industry, not only Nord, the entire auto industry in Nigeria is doing, I think, 0.6% of the market.
Whoa.
Yes.
So you've not even gotten to 1%.
Yes, not a company, not Nord.
I get it. The
entire auto manufacturing and assembly industry is less than 1% of the market, annual market.
So what do you think?
So 99% of our money goes outside.
What do you think is a safe spot? Where do you think? 5%? 10%?
So I don't. So now, I think that I will focus
for
on
the
the
industry,
brown
for the local industries to see real
so
growth.
I think for real growth,
Yeah.
I think they should create a policy, which I can tell them what to. I even proposed it to them before.
Yeah.
Create policy. And it's not only tariff. I can mention other things.
Please do.
But create a policy that will bring at least 50% of the vehicles that are brand new to
Local
or maybe
manufacturers.
to local manufacturers. 50% of the brand new vehicles to local manufacturers.
They say charity begins at home.
Yes.
Your government, do they patronize you?
That's one of the problems. So it's not only tariff. So what tariff? Government patronage.
They don't patronize you?
No.
They don't patronize IVM?
Okay, so they patronize, but not enough. Like when I say no, I mean, imagine they buy 1 in 10 from you. Is that really patronage? And when you say so, okay, let me break it down. The federal government is a big supporter of made in Nigeria vehicles, but the federal government, there are 36 other entities.
Oh yeah.
Yes, states. In fact, more than that, there are 36 states. There are 76 local governments.
Yeah.
So there are other. We just focus on the federal government through the BPP. The federal, they want to even make some policies that are better than BPP. The federal government, especially, and for good reasons, the military, the police, they are very patriotic.
Yeah.
There's no way you carry gun, you go and fight in the bush, you try for your country. One way or the other, you won't be patriotic.
True.
That's why you see some of the most patriotic Nigerians you will find are usually diplomats. Yes. Because you know why? When you are around, when you do things for your country, it's just like when you are in a relationship.
Yeah.
No matter how. Yeah, of course, to be sweet, it's just like, not like relationship to be good and bad, up and down, sweet, bitter. But one way or the other, you will fall in love with the person.
True.
That's how people in the military, the police, diplomats, not civil service, I'm sorry to say, those people don't care about Nigeria that much. Police, military, diplomats, they really love Nigeria. I think because you see, especially for diplomats, every day you see how you feel how your country, how you can be better, how you would have been more respected if your country was better. Every day you see it as a diplomat. So you see that they're always country first most times,
because you're seeing the effect of the inefficiencies of your country rub off on
you personally,
on your pedigree.
So same thing with the military. They lost a colleague because Nigeria is not able to, fish out the bandits. As much as they want to blame the leaders, they strive for a better country. They want a better country. They want a country that can pay itself. They want a country that there's employment. They are very frustrated because they've lost a cosmate. They've lost somebody. I went to military school, so I have a lot of them as friends. I understand.
I also went to military school.
Yeah, so that's why you saw the military, for example, Army, Navy, Air Force, Defense. They are big supporters of made in Nigeria. Those ones, you don't even need to speak to them too much. They love made in Nigeria.
So
police
they patronize you.
Yes, police too. Same thing for obvious reasons.
What are the reasons? Let me not assume people.
No. The reason I'm saying, as bad as we can think they are, they're actually patriotic.
Okay.
The police, they are actually patriotic.
Okay.
Yes. So they have issues in discipline, no doubt.
Yeah.
Which is what it is. Human beings who exploit institutions or a system that is bad. That's just it. But at the core, an average policeman is patriotic at the core. Yes, but he knows that if he does it like this, nobody will catch him, so he will do it. Not because you don't understand. I'm not explaining it.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
So going back to what I was saying, the federal government, the MDAs of the federal government, they buy a lot, but there is a small fraction of the entire federation.
Yeah, true.
State governments do not buy. In fact, they love Japan. You can waste your time with a state governor. My governor bought anyway, so he bought just one. That's just one governor,
which is Ogun State.
Ogun State, yes. Yeah.
So, do you think that it's a function of quality?
No,
Do you
it's
think
not. It's not? Let me tell you.
So
let me tell you why it's not. Okay, let me tell you why. They have to go and rethink.
Yeah, not coming from a place of sentiment.
Let me. Yes, I'm going to answer you now.
All right.
6. In fact, okay, about 25 companies on the Nigerian Stock Exchange are not customers.
Wow.
6 out of the top 10 are not customers. Wow. Soon I'm on the goal to make it 10 over 10. Your top 10, the top 10 companies on the Nigerian Stock Exchange will be not customers. There's only one company that it might be 9 over 10, because there's one company I can't even reach their procurement team, so I don't even know. The company's name starts from A. I don't even know. To even reach their procurement team is hard. Yeah. But 6 out of the top 10 are not customers.
So it's not a function of quality.
Yeah, so
because they're in business. They have business. They are top 10. They are your biggest, most profitable companies in the Nigerian Stock Exchange in the country. And they are not customers. I'm not talking about even not customers. So if those people are buying not 1 unit 2, I'm talking about where they are main customers, yes. They are main suppliers. It's not a function of because why are they buying? That's why they are where they are. They go for value for money, and that's what we offer. That's why I started Nord in the first place. You know, providing world-class, top quality, reliable, elegant vehicles at unbeatable prices. That's why I started Nord. So the state governments that are not buying, are not buying for many reasons. I don't even know if we have time to talk about it here. Yeah, we do. We have time to talk about it.
So there are many reasons. Number one is I don't know. So some of them how do I say it now? How do I say it nicely?
Just say the way it is, because you're the one in the industry. You know where the shoe pinches.
And that's why tariff has to happen. So many times the vehicle purchase has to be given to a party person as compensation for what he has done. Yes. So you have to go and look for that party person, and it's very difficult. Like, who is the person? Sometimes you don't know the person. Only governor knows the person. Sometimes you are the person. They just say, "Oh, you are the person that will be buying." So the person just go and buy his Toyota. You are not even aware. So while the person might not even be living in the States.
So there's a lot of corruption that happens in the procurement of some of these. Okay.
They don't. And it's not like federal government. They have some system. They have what we call the BPP.
Yeah.
Bureau of Public Procurement. Yeah, so there's a bit of I'm not saying there's no corruption there too, but there's a bit of it's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder. It's more, you need to think. But at the state level, anything goes.
And there's no so much eyes on at the state level. Everybody just focuses on.
And even if it happens, what can anybody do? It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's why sometimes I don't blame. As much as I'm one of those people that believe that one of Nigeria's biggest problem is productivity and not corruption. But I also tell people that the reason why productivity is low is because there's corruption. So they go hand in hand.
So chicken and egg.
Yes. The reason why that's why people don't want to produce. Let me give you a story that happened to me in 2019. I went to meet a politician. That time I was trying to raise money for Nord. So I went to meet a politician to raise money, and his accountant asked for my financials then. This was 2019.
Yeah.
And I showed it to him. And of course, that time the revenue was really low. And he looked at me, because he knows me very well. He was like, "Tobi, you mean with all this your hard work? All this I see everywhere, you are this, you are where, you are everywhere. This is how much you are making."
My goodness.
To him, he's like, "What? I can't do this for this." That's why they rather go and do, even when they steal money, they will go and put it in real estate. They don't want that. Now, of course, the funny thing is that if you had given me money then, I don't think there's any business he will have done that he will have earned the amount of return he will have earned in Nord.
Yeah.
But the thing is that he would have taken him about 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, because we said, but he
An
doesn't
entire
want to wait.
administration.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's not going to take that risk. So that's the thing. So we don't, so because people can make money from anywhere without actually really being productive. They can make money from just being close to power and using that to seek rent. There's little incentive from even the sharp guys, the guys with the sharp mind, to be productive.
Wow, this is really deep.
Yep.
Really deep. China, they've taken over EVs.
Yeah.
You started EVs. I know that you launched last year or so.
Tavi, yes.
Yeah, electric vehicles for those who are watching. And so EVs used to look like a distant future. China has taken over the market. Now, you're driving through Lekki, you're driving through the mainland, island, some part of Nigeria, you're seeing EVs. And with these reforms that happened, subsidy taking off our system, you've seen that a lot of people had to look for other alternatives of saving cost, which are EVs. And now you play in the industry. Do you think?
Tavi.
Yeah. Do you think that we have a chance in this whole EV revolution? What is the future of automobile?
Okay. Last year we launched Tavi. It's our fully owned subsidiary of Nord.
Okay.
For electric vehicles. And we decided to separate it entirely because we believe that it's an entirely different segment that we would also be able to do other things.
Yeah.
Like autonomous driving and other things. So he can have his own team, his own funding and everything. So I would say the same success or challenges we would see in the EV space is the same thing we will see anywhere else in manufacturing in Nigeria. The same thing still applies, yes.
So I'm talking about China dominating the market.
Oh, okay. The Chinese. Oh, okay. I didn't get the question. So the Chinese. Well, I
you think local manufacturers stand a chance?
Yes, and I think it's even for me. People have asked me in a different. You've asked. I don't know if you're asking the question I'm thinking, but the question is, am I worried that China is going to dominate the market? The answer is, I don't know if the answer is worry or not. So, I think China will eat more into the market of the traditional manufacturers from Japan, from Europe, more than from us. So we will sell as much as we're selling, maybe even higher.
Yeah.
We should. So it will just be a shame that when the Japanese products or the Korean products finally, lost the Nigerian market, it's not a Nigerian company that took over, but a Chinese company. That would be the shame, But because the reason why those foreign companies are winning is still going to continue if we don't do the things that I mentioned to you, which is tariff, Nigerian. So number one is actually the government patronizing at all levels. 2, tariff. 3, financing, and some other things. Financing on both sides. So financing the customers and financing the manufacturers. On both sides of the table. Yeah. So if we don't do these things, the foreigners will continue to win us. And after African free trade, whatever.
African free trade, continental
free trade is about to start. I've always told people, if it starts and we haven't gotten our acts together, forget manufacturing for Nigeria. We will not, because through other African countries, other parts of the West, especially China, will dominate us.
Okay, continue.
They will just bring in vehicles to maybe one small African country, and through the free trade zone area, bring it to Nigeria, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. So, for to stop that, we have to get our manufacturing base very strong so we can compete the way other countries compete, So but let me say something that the what I call it silver lining there.
Yeah.
I'm a bit more comfortable. I would rather, as a now not is 9 years old, I would rather compete as a 9 years old company with a Chinese 25 years old company, 30 years old company, than compete against a 120 years old European or Japanese company.
Whoa.
Yes. So it's better for me, in my opinion. I've told people this. Yes, it's easier. It's easy, and it has happened. It's easier to convince a customer to choose you as a 9 years old Nigerian company when the other player is a 20 years old Chinese company versus a 100 years old Japanese company. It's harder. So I don't mind that they come into the market, but like I said, the only shame would be that we might just still be playing second
Fiddle
in our own country.
EVs, what apart from the whole conversation around, a lot of people are still finding it difficult to embrace the concept of EVs. Why? Is there an underlying problem? You are behind the scene, you know everything, you know fossil fuel, advantages of fossil fuel over EVs, advantages of EVs over, let's talk about that a little bit. So someone wants to go get a car, what would you tell the person that, hey, I think it's better you go for EVs, or I think it's better you go for fossil fuels? What are the pros and the cons?
So there's a reason why even in the US, electric vehicles, the penetration is less than 5%. Yes, even in the US. Even in the almighty China.
What's the reason?
I'll mention the reason now. Even in China, that has strategic reasons, and the government is heavily subsidizing it. Heavily. Like, EVs are heavily subsidized and also financed in China.
By the government?
By the government.
Wow.
Yet, I don't think, I've not checked the stats for China, but I doubt it's up to 50%. Even in China, I don't think it's anywhere close, because I go to China a lot. I don't think it's 1-to-1. Like, for every maybe 2 vehicles I see is one. I still see, because you have in China, the plate number shows. The plate number for EVs is green. The ICE vehicles is normal plate number. So I still think normal internal combustion engine vehicles are still a lot higher. So you have to ask yourself why. Now, the reason is this: electric vehicles are nicer to drive. They are very modern. They are easier to maintain, but they are not they are not the best for certain things. So, for example, for commercial vehicles, they are not the best. That's why you see a lot of commercial vehicles don't use them, and even in the US, courier companies don't use them. Logistics companies don't use them that much. They use them, but not that much because of range. They have a range problem. If I'm moving from state to state, all I need to do is go to a filling station and buy fuel. But for EVs, I need to actually spend some time charging. Even the fast chargers, probably up to 1 hour, 2 hours. Do you get? Which is, no matter as small as you think it is a problem, because you have to also understand that charging infrastructures are not that widely. Filling stations are almost everywhere. No matter how bad it is. And worst case scenario, if it's bad, you can say someone's going to use cake to buy.
Can EVs even realistically work in a country still hell bent on generator?
So those are one of the issues. We have a serious infrastructural issue in Nigeria. So even in Nigeria, because we know we have the EV subsidiary called Tavi. So a lot of the customers that buy are customers that, number one, they have other cars. So the EV is not their only car. It's not their first car. Number one. It's just because it's finer. So they buy it too. It's like, this is my It's like a country home. I don't know if you have your main home.
Yeah.
Then you have the country home where you go on weekends.
Exactly. So are you saying indirectly that it's not advisable to make EVs your major car or your first car?
Well, you can make it your major car. Like I said, country home. Your country home can become your major house. But you need to still have another home. Okay. So you can make so what I would advise is, it's not about advice. You cannot make so EVs can only thrive well for now in Nigeria, at least intra-city.
Okay.
So it's nice when, if you work in Lagos, you can make it your only car. You can drive it. But the minute you want to go to Enugu or Kogi, Lokoja or Ekiti, you have to think twice.
How do you maintain your EVs? What are the major maintenance culture to imbibe with EVs?
So EVs generally are easier to maintain.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean there's a I don't know who did the marketing. People say there's maintenance. You need to maintain. First of all, it uses tires and everything. So you need to change tires. You need to change. There are lubricants. Depending, they're lubricants.
Okay.
Yeah, they're lubricants.
Interesting.
Yes, not engine lubricant. There's brake oil because it uses brakes.
Yeah.
So, but some it depends on the technology. Depends on the car. So, but generally there are lubricants. There are also fluids for the wiper. So those have to be checked. There's also a brake. There's a braking system. Let me call it a braking system. So you have to check it regularly. And yes, but I agree that even the braking system, the maintenance is not as much as a normal internal combustion engine vehicles, because EVs are designed a bit differently. Yeah. But the maintenance is still there, just that is significantly lower. Then you have to also agree that EVs are also slightly more expensive than the internal combustion engine vehicles. So let me give you a good example now.
Yeah.
The same car, same size, same shape, same gross vehicle weight, petrol versus EV. The EV will be maybe 30-40% more expensive.
Why?
I think the battery. Yes, maybe when cost of batteries drop, it will. For now, maybe battery, but yeah, for now it is.
So, one of the producers of this show said I should ask you.
Okay.
And he said categorically, I wrote it. He said that he's looking at seeing a collaboration with IVM instead of competition and other local manufacturers. Why don't we see that often, so that we can collaboration amongst manufacturers?
Okay.
Why does it not happen in different industries in Nigeria? Let's talk about that.
So I think in the auto industry we actually collaborate a lot more because not because we are nice or whatever, but because we cannot fight. The market is small. I told you we currently control less than 1% of our market. So what are we fighting for? Yeah. So there's no reason. There's no the bigger opponents are the Tokumbo market. Yeah. So we actually contribute. But you don't also see it because, like I said earlier, the market is too small. So there's also very little reason to openly collaborate. But we have a WhatsApp group. It's called NAMA, Nigerian Nigerian Auto Manufacturers Association. Yeah. So we have a WhatsApp group where most people are quiet anyway, to be fair. Yeah. We are very friendly towards each other. We have decent respect for each other. Yeah. Of course, it's not perfect. We are still competitors at the end of the day. There's still some back and forth, but compared to many other industries, I think that we have quite healthy relationship. But for collaboration, like you said, it's an economic question. country, for example, let's say this company is doing 100 vehicles a year, this company is doing 200 a year, this one is doing 500 vehicles a year. Where will you collaborate? I'm talking vehicles, so each model, some companies are doing just 10 models a year. So where are we going to collaborate? It's not because you don't want to collaborate, but there's no reason to collaborate. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you have, let me use like you have hotels that have, let's say, 1,000 rooms.
Yeah.
But you really, first of all, a month, you have 1,000 rooms. So that means that 1,000 times 30. That means that technically a month you have 30,000 capacity, right? But in that month, you only get, let's say, 10 people. It's 10 over 30,000.
Wow.
So then there are like 4 hotels along the road. Same problem. Then somebody is saying you guys should collaborate. Collaborate how? What can I collaborate about? But at the same time, we will not fight. Because what are we fighting about?
Yeah. The market is so small. The market is so small.
But guess what? The market is actually big. But guess what? They are foreign-owned hotels. Same quality as you. But just that because they carry foreign names, they're always fully booked.
Do you see that changing anytime soon?
It can only change with policy. I've said it. There's no way I will be 80 years old, 90 years old if the government does not create a policy to encourage it. People are not going to buy a Nigerian car if there is no deliberate, intentional policy to encourage it. It's not good. So let me tell you, it will happen. So when the government encourages, just to encourage it for like 5 years, then it becomes we like to use, people will not on. So you have to encourage it. Let it become a normal thing. After like 5 years, when it's a normal thing, even if you open a market again, because it's now normal.
Yeah.
People
so
won't go back.
Yeah.
I'll give you another example in fashion. I've said it so many times. When I was a lot younger, because I'm still young,
Yeah.
When I was a lot younger, let's say early 2000s, late 1990s, when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
It was very fashionable to buy used clothes. It was the in thing. Like, before, we used to insult people who go to boutiques to buy brand new clothes. We used to call them Ode.
Yeah, Namumu they buy
boutique.
Yeah, I remember that line.
So we used to insult them. Because at that time, it was socially not even acceptable. It was socially expected and praised. Like you said, you even insult those that don't do it, that buy brand new. That's why that man, as rich as he is, it was that man I told you about. He's going to buy, because right now nobody's going to insult him.
Yeah, true.
For buying a used car.
Yeah, true.
So, but slowly, because of the growth of the fashion industry, which I would explain how it happened. Nigerians have now normalized, after like 20-25 years, buying brand new clothes. So now, even a guy that is not rich knows that he needs to wear brand new clothes.
How did it happen?
He needs to wear brand new clothes.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't have money, he has a friend that is a tailor.
Yeah,
that quickly make one for him, no matter how bad it is. Now in Nigeria, if you buy a Tokumbo clothes, just like I said, in Germany, for example, if you buy a used car in Germany, they are used cars. They have a very you are not going to be forming big boy. That I'm buying used because I cannot afford it. There's a social whatever around it.
There's a social stigma.
Yeah, not really a stigma, but there's a social understanding. It's not like Nigeria that a very rich man, you see people, most of the Rolls Royce that come to Nigeria are used. So you see someone that can actually afford it, but choose not to afford it. I get to my point.
Yeah, I get it.
So you won't find it in, like I said, Germany. A guy that can afford a brand new vehicle will buy a brand new vehicle. So if you see anybody buying a used vehicle, it's because the person feels that I can use the money for other things. This is accepting that this is where I am currently financially. But in Nigeria, it's not the same. Some of our richest men still want to buy the used. Now, it happened in fashion because I don't really think by design, maybe by some of our leadership failures even, we do not have a proper world-class mall in Nigeria. Are you aware? So, when you go to malls abroad, you would enter, you see Gucci, Prada, Zara, especially
Designers.
Zara.
Yeah, true.
You see designer, LV, you see them in the mall.
Yeah.
Now, it means that those who can afford it and those who are aspirational in those countries will have to go there and buy. So even if you don't have, you go and borrow and buy. So over time, those brands become the in thing in that country.
True.
We don't have that in Nigeria. That's why one profession in Nigeria is private shopper. Personal shopper.
True.
Because we don't have the mall, so you have to send somebody. That's some people's job. You have to send somebody to go and buy for you.
Yeah, true.
Now, but there's still a big constraint. So I'll give you a good. There was one slippers I wanted to buy, a designer slippers. I liked it because my friend has it, but I couldn't travel. So I bought it because my friend I bought it. A designer, foreign slippers. Yeah. I bought it because I liked it, and I went somewhere and it got bad. Rain beat me, so I didn't like. It was still okay, but it was a leather slippers. It was still okay, but I didn't like how it looked because went to the beach and it was really raining on the beach on that day. And I forgot the slippers outside, so it got really bad. So I had to buy a new one, and because I had not traveled, and I could not just walk to any mall to buy it, even though I had the money to buy it. Yeah, I went to buy one from a Nigerian company, a Nigerian designer. And guess what? Even though I've bought that foreign one now, if on an average day, you will still catch me when the Nigerian guy is on. If I want tomorrow, I will still buy from him. Yeah, it has not become normal. You understand? True. Because it's so when something is not readily available, you would have to fall back to what's available. And so and slowly become socially acceptable. Oh yeah. So in Nigeria now, nobody's going to look down on you because you are wearing a Nigerian designer on your back. Yeah, at all. But in many African countries, that's not the same. Yes.
Even growing up, then we always love. You see, we want to wear FUBU.
You want to wear FUBU.
Abercrombie.
You want to wear this thing. You want to wear Reebok. You want to wear this. You want to wear that.
Thank you. But now it's changed
because Reebok come to Nigeria.
Yeah.
So when it was hard to get. So when your Reebok spoils, you cannot find a new one. What do? You
use locally made.
Just buy the local one and get used to it.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you take your plant to UNILAG? Manufacturing plant. I just want to know the science behind that mindset.
So that's one of our best decisions. Good decision, good partnership with the University of Lagos. It's like I said, it's one of my best decisions. I knew it was going to be a good decision, but I didn't know, it was going to be this good. So at that time, when we're looking for an R&D center.
Okay.
Because in the auto industry and for us in Nord, if you check our balance, if you check our financial statements, you see we do a lot of R&D, and that's why we know we can compete with anybody if we get the right support. So we do a lot of R&D, that's research and development, and we used to do them in Germany and in China. And this was 2021, but by late 2021, 2022, it became very difficult to get dollars. Of course, you know that you have to get the dollars, so it became very difficult to find US dollars. And I was not meeting the target, the R&D target. I couldn't. In fact, it was even hard to get money to buy the component, let alone pay one lecturer or something somewhere. So then I thought about. I have a solution-driven mind. So I was like, okay, how do we find solution to this problem? Then I realized that the guys I send money to that help me do the R&D, they are lecturers in China, they are lecturers in in German universities.
Wow.
Do we not have universities here? So I approached the University of Lagos, and I told them that I needed just a very small place, and their partnership with their professors, their students, that have a lot of ideas. Don't worry, I'll give, but you will just help me, you know. And luckily, it's just like, you know, this opportunity means preparedness.
Yeah,
they
true.
also had somewhere in mind, a land that has not been used for many, maybe even decades. You know, and I was introduced to the VC. He liked the idea. In fact, their worry was, will I execute it? Will I do what I was saying? So I said, I promise. I said, don't worry. My word is my bond. Ask around. I'm going to do what I say. And the VC said, okay, no problem. And we signed an MOU, and I built the Nord UNILAG Industrial Innovation Complex. And it's been, like I said earlier, one of our best decisions. So we go there, the lecturers and the students, they come there, they, you know, try to, you know, see how vehicles are made real life. They try to see how, you know, some of their ideas in automobile engineering can be brought to life. You know, a lot of UNILAG students come there for internship. I think about 15 or 30 a year. I can't remember now. So and some of them move, about 3 staff. Like full staff now, not just interns. That those are intern, then served with us, now full-time staff in Nord. So I like the fact that it's also a pipeline for discovering talent. Yes.
So do you think we need to see a lot of synergy between in the manufacturing industry with our institutions?
Yes, in China is a regular thing.
So is that what is helping China? Is that
yes, one of the things. So when I remember when I went to UNILAG, it wasn't that easy. I had to convince them.
Yeah.
You know, I had to convince them, and I had to, you know, make a presentation, tell them how it would be.
I've been there, by the way. It's really good place.
Thank you.
So good.
Luckily, they agreed. But in China,
I saw a couple of female engineers.
Yes. So we are trying to ensure that we give them a reason to believe in the engineering in their country. You know, so when you're an engineer, you don't have to go into finance. You know, most brilliant engineers in Nigeria go into finance. They go into the money market.
I'm going to quote Kelvin Umechukwu, who's the founder of Bumper. I don't know if you know Bumper. Bumper is a platform that helps small businesses, and he said something categorically. He finished from OAU. He said 5 years. He said, for 5 years, Frank, I studied mechanical engineering, and we were doing all of this on paper.
Yeah.
That he did not see car.
Yes. Yes, that's
it's not that there are no cars, but
how the cars have been made.
Infrastructure to be able to help him understand the practical behind the theory.
Yes,
it wasn't available.
Yes,
so this is a laudable initiative. So talk to me. Talk to me.
So
tell me
you just said it. I told somebody that because when I started my career at Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, tell me.
And Mercedes-Benz sent me to the factory in Germany, tried to train me. 7 months after I joined Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
Well, let's say 1 year. Let me round it up. But I think it's less than 1 year. What I learned from Mercedes-Benz, in my opinion, was more than everything I learned in my 4 years or 5 years, university. Yes. I still use... I joined Mercedes-Benz in 2012. I still use the knowledge about engineering I got from Mercedes-Benz today more than all I got from my 5 years
in university.
Wow. Yes, I was in Oluwatobi Ajayi University from 2014 till 2010. That was like 6 years, but because of strike, so 5 years in total. But if I want to, when I have a problem, an engineering problem, and so most times I have to refer, but most times I have to think deep and everything. I have to go and remember something that happened in the factory in Germany, or something that I saw on some, maybe a facilitator taught me Mercedes-Benz. Very little has to go back to the university. Very little. Because a lot of it, like you said, is theory. It's on paper. You don't even understand it. Is you just did it so that you can pass, or or in reality you come. Well, I still pick some of it, like I said. Yeah. But some of it, I won't say university is secondary school. Like the laws of motion.
Yeah.
They're all from secondary school, not really university. Yes, we did a lot of it more in university, but it started from secondary school. So yeah, I applied those laws of motion and the Newton's three laws, laws of motion and some other principles in physics, being applied. But like I said earlier, it didn't even start from university. So our university has to improve, and that's what UNILAG is now enjoying.
Okay. Wow,
the boys and the girls, they have TikTok. I watch, I just laugh. Talk about how they're doing this, they now see how they can do this. And I know one or two of them, and I'm very happy with my competitor in future.
Really good.
Okay, maybe I'll be in my 50s there. I don't mind.
Yeah,
to be
really
nice.
good. Really good, really good. So I tell me about your failures. What we know is light camera action. We see you now. At the front burner. I would love to put it like you're an icon of success for an average Nigerian who aspire to do big things across different industries. But I'm sure it didn't just happen overnight. There were a couple of failures you encountered. It's a groundbreaking. You can't do what you're not exposed to.
Yeah, you're right.
How did this idea of Nord start?
Okay.
What gave you that inflection point that I want to start an automobile?
Okay, so I started Nord because like I said earlier, I worked at Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I left Mercedes-Benz to start a dealership of Mercedes-Benz.
Oh.
Yes, but I was still in the Mercedes-Benz family.
Yeah.
So it's not like I left. I was no more in Mercedes-Benz Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I left to become a dealer.
Yeah.
Then after a while, I just saw that there were many reasons.
Yeah.
Many reasons. Many reasons. The fact that, the major part was I wanted to show the Germans generally that Africans can make their own things. Because somehow, in a subtle way, they just think we can't. So I wanted to show that we can. And I was not happy that we're always importing our cars. Because in a way, it also affects the national pride.
Yeah, true.
People just think that you can't. I don't, even till now, people just they talk to you like almost like you don't have it. You don't have what it takes mentally. It's a bit, in my opinion, condescending. So I wanted to, and that's why when I see people who choose foreign companies, I just shake my head. That's why you see, like I said, most diplomats will not.
True.
They always sit on at tables where national pride means a lot.
A lot.
It determines where you sit, where you don't sit, what role you sit. So they take it very seriously. Did you get? So they're not ever going to put another company above their own, especially when at the detriment of their own country, So I wanted to show that we can do this. Then at that time again, in Nigeria at that time, things are changing now because Nord is we changed it too. But at that time, you could only find brand new or good vehicles, top quality vehicles that are expensive.
Yeah.
Or cheap vehicles that are of very bad quality. There was nothing in the middle at that time.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult to find affordable vehicles with very good quality. The Korean brands were the only ones trying at that time.
Yeah.
But they also had one or two issues, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but so I saw that need. So I was like, okay, we're going to create a segment where people can actually come and buy a vehicle that will give them the same quality as any vehicle anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But for like half the price.
So, we're rounding off now. I just want to find out from you, you started Nord financing.
Yes.
Cars are not around the world. There are car financing institutions around the world.
Yeah.
Auto financing institutions. cars and houses. They're not something that you just take all your entire money and buy. So they are supposed to be aided by financial institutions.
Yeah.
What is it about that? Not auto financing.
Like you just said, so a car is usually the second most expensive thing any human being will buy.
Wow.
After a house. A house is number one.
Yeah.
Of course, there are people who buy private jets. But I'm talking about an average human being. The second most expensive thing any human being will buy is a car. So it's almost like Nigeria is saying that we are not ready to industrialize, or we're not ready to develop our auto industry. If you expect people to continue bring out 100% of the money to buy a car, it's not going to happen. So, and that's why we created Not Finance, because we realized, not only from just normal statistics that we study, but we saw a lot of people come to our showroom, want to buy our vehicles, they love it, but they are 20 million short. They are 30% short, 50% short. So we felt that, and they can have the money later, but they could not. So before we started Not Finance, we started it by just giving by discretion. This person comes, he has 50% of the money, okay, let him take it, he'll spread over time. But because of the lack of structure
around it,
a lot of people exploited it. I'm sorry to say, some of us are very badly behaved, especially when it comes to credit.
Yeah, true.
It's a function of leadership too.
Yeah.
Like, we are a country where people don't pay for there's very little consequences for bad action. So it has also more or less gone into the credit system. Like, for example, there's very, very big disincentive, for someone was, because, okay, let me just announce, we will be, okay, let me not mention the country. Nord is going to Europe soon, or the country in Europe very soon.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to be, because we're also going to, we're going into a financing company too, so that we can be there and offer financing for the citizens of the country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so so they can buy vehicles. And in our analysis, one of the reasons why I was very happy was that there's the disincentive to not pay your loans. So the person that was explaining to me, the owner of the financing house or bank, was explaining to me on why we should come, was like, immediately is showing on your record, and a lot of things go. It means that the minute your house expires, your landlord may not even rent house to you again, because it's going to be showing that this guy is a debtor.
So for you to get other landlords too,
no, it's not even, so even your landlord might not rent house to you if you have a bad credit.
Oh wow.
Yes, but Nigeria, nothing happens.
That's why.
So we got a lot of bad loans. People who I know have the money. I know somebody. I gave a friend. In fact, the friendship is. That's why I had to stop, because I have a friend who is almost a very good friend, because this person earns the amount the person should the person should spread and pay over 1 year. The person earns it. Person earns a fraction of it, about 80% of it a month. Yet I say pay this amount over 1 year. Yeah, the person still defaulted. I don't know if you understand.
Absolutely.
The person can pay in 1 month.
So it's intentional.
So we created Not Finance to provide structure around it. We got a lending license, we got healthy things. The management team is different. We have a credit team. We work with banks. So it's not Tobi. So it's not me.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
So if someone wants to get a car now, if someone wants to get Nod, from conceiving that idea, what's the next step? And the next step, what should they do?
So if you want to buy, if you want to buy Nod or Tavi, so what you need to do is quickly, you go to nodfinance.com. There's a link to even the Nod page itself. So you go there. You click the vehicle you want. You click that you want financing. you fill in your form.
Yeah.
They're going to ask you for some
details
like you fill in the form, and also you have to submit some documents.
Okay.
You know, some documents. You submit it online, you upload it. I think the person can be done uploading everything in 30 minutes.
Okay.
You know, when you're done, there's a team. We get a notification.
Yeah.
On the back end.
Yeah.
So the team reviews it, and if the person, of course, the person gets an answer in 48 hours. So if you pass, you can come and pick the vehicle up immediately.
The same day.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
Great,
so if you
great,
don't,
great conversation.
We'll tell you why
you don't qualify.
Why you didn't qualify, or what we need. We want this. Or this is what, you know. Yeah.
Do you believe that we have a talent problem in this country? Tosin, the founder of Monopoint, said something.
I agree 100%.
You agree 100%?
Yes.
Tell me one instance where you experienced bad talent and it affected your bottom line.
So let me say something first.
Yes,
anybody who disagrees with Tosin, is it that line? Okay, no, not for line. Let me say, is either number one, not an employer of labor. 1, 2, is not in a leadership position, so it doesn't manage Nigerians.
Yeah,
that's 2. 3, the person is lying. So or the person is naive, lying or naive.
Yeah.
So it's either you don't have what it takes, so you are not an employer of labor, so you can't know, or you are not a manager of people, so you can't know.
Yeah.
So this is, you are naive. You don't know. You just think because you are walking around with your, you know. If you are really an employer of labor, a manager of people, and you don't agree with what he said, I think you're lying. Because we have, it's not one-sided. We have a significant. You can ask just ask the managers in Nord. Not even me that I employ people. Just the top managers that have people
working under
them. Ask a manager in a bank.
How do we fix it?
So, we have a cultural issues to start with.
Okay.
Let me. We have a let's make money quick mentality. And nothing good comes easy. Not like, so there is a problem now where the younger ones now, not all of them, but some do not see the need to take time to learn a skill. There's some skill. Let me use the auto industry as an example. Electrical. So there's mechanical, there's electrical. So what you call rewire.
Yeah.
You need minimum of 6 years
to understand it,
to be decent at it.
Practically.
Yes.
Wow.
So even if you don't go to school to learn it, like you need to be working under somebody for like 6 years to be decent at it, to not burn anybody's car or do it properly. Go and find out now how many young people want to stay 6 years.
Wow.
Learning it. So that's what happens. So what happens is that the guy comes, he does 1.5 years, and he thinks it's good enough. And he goes, sometimes even go and set up his own shop. So that's the problem. Why we don't see the problem in the mechanical sector is that in mechanical, you can still be, you can still be managing it, even if you're not good enough, you can still be hiding it. But electrical, you can't hide it.
Yeah, true.
You can't hide it. You don't know it, and you need time. That's why people go to school. That's why in Germany, for example, there's a vocation school for these things, and people actually stay in school. Let me tell you, one of the other businesses that I have is a farm. We used to do, I had it for many years now. We used to do cassava and maize. It got bigger. About 70, almost 70 in one place, 30 something in another place.
Acres?
Yes.
Okay. Hectares?
Acres,
okay.
Not hectares, acres. Okay. And we've had to stop. We've stopped cassava and maize now. We've gone to oil palm. Do you know why?
Why?
Because we don't have the manpower to actually cultivate. In fact, there was a year we cultivated only 10 acres. Just 10 out of like 100.
Wow.
70 in one place, 35 in another place. we got only 10. There was a year, only 10, because we did not have people to cultivate. Yet, where you are on a Saturday and go to any of these event centers in VI or Lekki, you will see able-bodied men, boys begging for 1,000 naira, begging for money. Ask that boy, call him and say, okay, come. I have a farm somewhere. I'll pay you a decent amount. Our farm, let me just tell you, our farm, right? We also offer accommodation.
Wow.
There's accommodation. Yet, it's hard to find people. So now we've moved to oil palm. Do you know why I moved to oil palm? Because the oil palm is easier to mechanize it.
Oh, yeah.
So, not because I wanted oil. So you can see. So you have an investor, for example, that wants to create jobs, but you don't even want the job. So now we've gone to oil palm because we cannot be wasting the land. That's we've never used 50% of our land
efficiently.
We've never.
Wow.
So now we've gone to oil palm because we can use tractor. So now we've cleared the entire thing. We just already this year cleared the entire thing. Now we've planted the palm fronts. And we need maybe 3 or 6 years for it.
We're definitely going to have a part 2 of this.
So yes, we do have. So it's a cultural issue.
Yeah.
The reason is because for you to have, and when people say, hey, I hear some questions, are you paying decent amounts? Okay, I'm in automobile.
Yeah.
But as a Nigerian, I build houses, like my house, not for commercial reasons. So,
yeah.
Okay, I buy land, I build my house. But so, do you know how many times you go to your site after you employ top quality people from top quality companies, and you go and you see nonsense? Is it labor too that is the problem? The person that is plastering the word, that is plastering nonsense, is it nonsense? Is it also pay? Is it also
so it's
pay?
A skill issue.
People that are supposed to come to work at 9, strolling to work at 12. Is it also pay? Go ask people in construction what they go through. I was telling one of my friends, I can never be in this your industry.
The same way they'll say they can never be in your industry.
But in my industry, they still, as bad as my industry, there's still talent in my industry. I'm still proud to be a Nigerian.
Yeah.
But that construction sector, Jesus is Lord. Come on. Deadlines are suggestions. You tell somebody that, they agree. You tell someone, it's not like you're rushing them. How long will it take you to finish this job? 2 months, sir. 2 months. Okay, that's 2 months from today's date. So you now sequence it. Okay, that means that when this job finishes in 2 months, this guy joins. You pay the guy according to what he wants, 80%, whatever it is. He goes. 2 months later, he's not even done half of it. Is that also a payment issue or cost issue? 2 months is not 50% done 2 months after. So
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. What's your advice for entrepreneurs as we're rounding off?
Entrepreneurship has been
where you were, say 20 when you started, when you're conceiving the idea.
The advice I'll give them.
Yes, advice you give them.
If for the 20 years old now, or was that your question?
Yeah, for young aspiring entrepreneurs.
So I'll try and be very frank.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship I'm saying this because I was having a conversation with one of my mentees a couple of days ago. He was telling me about the challenges, and I was a bit surprised by some of the things he was saying. Now, and I realized that this boy has, they sold a different dream to him. I've always advised him, but I was like, I think I have to manage this boy's expectation. So I told him something which I'm going to just repeat here.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship recently has been what I call it, glamorized. There's been a bit of painting it like a romantic endeavor, where you are this. No, it's not. It's not. It's a very tough job. Very tough job, like parenting. If I'm a parent, I'm a dad of 2 beautiful girls, and it's one of the hardest job I do. But I think God has done it. God has put some maybe hormones or whatever in us that allows us to do it regardless and enjoy it.
Sure, I can relate.
But we all know that it's a very hard job. Like, that's how entrepreneurship is. Your company is like another baby. The only good part of it is that at the end of the day, you can make money from it. That's the good part. So let's not. I said, don't be confused that it's a sweet journey. It's a journey that you will enjoy. You will become rich if you are successful.
Yeah. Conditions.
5%. I think I can't remember the statistic. I think 90% or 95% of businesses die in their first 5 years. If you are successful, you will be wealthy.
Yeah. You
will have money. You will live the life you want to live. You know, money. We all know money is very good.
Yeah.
But don't think that journey
is sweet.
It's sweet. It's that, because when I was like, hold on, who told you that? Because he was complaining about things that I expected him to know that it's normal.
Part of the baggage.
It's part of the baggage. But I was like, no. I don't know who told you this. It's hard. But so it's sacrifice. It's like I said, it's like parenting. It's building for other people.
Wow.
Making other people's life better. You know? Waking up in the morning and asking, how can I make my customer's life better? How can my service delivery be better? How can I do this better?
Yeah.
How can I raise money?
Yeah.
That is not me that I'll spend. I'll use it to do things that will make my business and my customers enjoy.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, when I am successful in all these things, I get financial gain.
Wow.
So you have to be ready, you have to be intelligent, you have to be a lover of acquiring more knowledge and learning more.
Yeah.
You have to be open to feedback. You have to be open to what people have to say, to corrections. You can't know it all. You don't know it all. In fact, you don't know it. You don't know many things. Because a business, there are so many departments.
Yeah.
But you have to also be competent on your own, so that when someone is telling you something that is not correct, because people will give you their own opinion. So, example, you have a lawyer, you have a legal team. The lawyer will give you his or her own legal opinion. It doesn't mean that that's the way you want your company to go. So you have to have a good idea of where you want your company to be, and what the legal advice should be, so that you can see if what they are saying tallies. Because of course, I don't know, they are still experts.
Yeah, true.
Same thing with the accounting, same thing with everything. So you have to be very competent. You have to read a lot. You also have to have integrity. I'll say people that got to where I am by being a man that will stick to what I say, you know. And if someone gives you 1 naira and you say you're going to return 20 kobo, return 20 kobo and their 1 naira, even if it means that you go home with nothing in your pocket. That same guy will come and give you that 1 naira again, or 2 naira if you ask. And that time, when you make an extra 1 naira, you can keep your 1 naira. You don't understand? Because you've always you did your part when it was hard. Now that there is a feast, you can of course, after paying him back or her back, you can take the rest as you know. So entrepreneurship is about building, solving problems, meeting people's need, you know, in exchange for financial gain.
One of your major investors, Samson SMO, the CFA, the co-founder of Zrox. How did you position yourself for such investment, and what can you say to entrepreneurs that, hey, you're looking for funding, this is what to do, I've been there, this is how to attract them, not pursue them?
Okay, so I met Samson in 2019. Samson is one of my best friends, you know. So we started as business friends, and now we are like his top 3 now. So I met Samson in 2019 through a friend in Lagos Business School. So at this time, I already give up on Nord because I had finished my money. I own Nord 100% at this time, 100%. and I had some money. I started with some money, and next thing the money was exhausted, and I think I already took a bank loan. Yes, took a bank loan already.
Yeah.
I already did some businesses, but you know how bank loan can be. The interest rate was high.
Yeah.
But he was able to. He allowed me to show proof of concept to the industry, but I didn't have any money again. So I was like, man, when my rent expires, the rent of the office expires, I was going to go into farming because I was done. Like I was done with the headache and everything. There was the money I used in starting Node. I could have bought 2 houses there with it, and I poured everything into Node. And the money has finished. In fact, one of my very good friends then was insulting me that look at you, you just blew this money away, you know, and this and that. So like I said, I'd given up. But because, like I said, because a man of integrity, man that is very hardworking. So someone in my class in Lagos Business School then heard about it. Like, no, we're not going to allow this to happen. So she introduced me to Samson. And Samson initially told her that he wasn't going to invest in auto industry because he thought it was trading.
Yeah.
She was like, no, it's not good. And she was like, no, trust me, it's not true. Just listen to this guy first. So I met him. So to be fair, we always talk about the meeting today. It was a meeting of 2 uninterested parties. So he wasn't interested in investing. Me too. I've given up. I just wanted to tell this guy, I know, and move on and go and start farming in Abeokuta. So we were both, you know, freestyled.
Yeah.
I was just talking and telling him what I planned, what I was doing, the manufacturing, the this, and he saw that it was not the trading he was thinking, and this guy wanted to do proper manufacturing, and he became very interested. So, and I saw that he was interested. I was like, let's have another meeting. So we had another meeting. He came to my office. We had another meeting in my office. Then he introduced me to Shola. I don't know if you know Shola.
Yeah, Shola is his co-founder.
His co-founder, his partner.
Yeah.
So he introduced me to Shola, and next thing, I had a valuation at that time for one of the big fours.
Okay.
I gave it to Samson. Samson slashed it. Slashed it bad. But you know, at that time, it came at a time when I was tired.
Yeah.
Like I said, so I didn't even have time to argue. So they bought the company cheap. Yes, telling me those. Yeah. So they was like, okay, this is valuation. I said, okay, yeah, come, because I'm done. So they came in, and you know, I sold a part of the company to them. I still retained super majority.
Yeah.
So and the rest is history.
Wow.
So basically, to answer your question, how did you put? So you have to remember, I already done a lot of my job. I already put a skin in the game. Like I said, I already put money that I could have used to buy 2 houses in Chevron into Nord. So they could see, even though it was not, but they could see I already had supplies in China that I was going to let go because, you know, I already had, you know, a license, you know, I already had an office, I had a staff, so basically it was a running company. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a skin in it. It wasn't it wasn't an idea.
An idea, true.
It was it was a company in its early stage. It was more than an idea.
And so it was easy for them to back it.
Yes. So they just needed backing. It was not an idea per se. It was a company itself in the very early stage. When it came, we already sold vehicles. We had revenue.
Yeah.
We already had vehicles on ground, not vehicles on ground, buses, which we already sold. So, and they saw the revenue, they saw the pictures, they saw the delivery, they saw the customer, but it was very small, you know.
Yeah.
So they could see where it was going, you know. So I would say, do your own bit. It's easier.
How much did you raise?
I won't tell you. Ask Samson. Maybe he'll tell you. Okay. So it's easier to raise money. I'm not saying use the word easier. There are other people that, you know, it's easier to raise money when you have shown that you are beyond an idea. When you're already, at least in the early stages of the company, the investors can see the pathway to revenue generation. They can see it. You've even shown it already. Yeah. It's easier. It's also easier to show that you have a skin in the game. Is also have a good reputation in your industry. Okay. I was in Lagos Business School. I had won awards in the auto industry. I was the CEO of a dealership of Mercedes-Benz. I was head of the division for Mercedes-Benz. So I had and people in the industry knew me. I had a good name. I had a very good name.
Yeah.
Because Samson told me eventually when we became very close that he did some
research
about me, and he was very wowed by. And I was not even 30 then. You get I was 30 when I met him. I was 31 when I met him. So he was very surprised. He was not surprised but impressed. So those things, not the investors will go and ask about you. Be like, that guy, when he was resigning, he didn't return his laptop.
Yeah, true.
You know, so things like that. So that's what I'll say.
Interesting. Tobi Ajayi, thank you very much. It's been a great one.
Same here.
We should do this again.
Yes, yeah, we will.
Hopefully, we're going to be talking about your private jet company.
Yeah, we'll see.
Moving to PJs. All right. You've heard it all. I have nothing else to say. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. It's been a great one. Tell me in the comment section, what did you enjoy about this interview? I would love to hear from you. And would you be buying not motors, or you'd be going back to buying your 7 years old, 10 years old Tokumbo cars? What is really holding you back? They've set up their car financing model, so you want to give it a shot. Cheers.